Or as you guys know, Brayden Hawkins. This is my best friend, Chelsea, playing Candy Crush. I was asked to do this interview, so obviously that's what this is. The first question is, how did you find roleplay, and who did you first roleplay? I found roleplay because I was posing as Vanessa Hudgens, and I think at one point Joe Jonas. I'm not sure though. I think that was later. I don't know why. Whatever, screw it. Anyway, someone had added me and they were explaining what roleplay was, and I figured that would make more sense, so I just switched over. The next question is, how long have you been roleplaying, and have you taken any breaks in between? I personally always say that I've been roleplaying since 2005, but I don't even know if roleplay was created then. So I am assuming 2006. I have really bad memory. But if I did take a break, it was probably a really small one because I had absolutely no life at all, and like I used to do this before I moved, and then I moved and I didn't want to meet anybody new, so I was on here even more, which is what's happening now because I just moved again. Okay. The next question is, what were your old names? Since I've been here for so long, I have like 1,010,000, so I'll just name a few that I had for longer periods of time, and that would be Rachel Bryant, which actually I got that idea from Ashton Tarver because we used to be friends. Also, Avenue Bryant, Brayden Hawkins with a bunch of different last names, Stephanie Carson with a bunch of different last names like Crash, and also Melanie Adams was my first name ever, but I was extremely annoying with that name, so if you knew me back then, never speak of it. And then the next question is, tell us about your family. I have two sisters, Kensley and Lola. I've known Kensley for quite a while. She left for a little bit, but she came back and we immediately became close again. She's always been there for me, so I figured she'd be awesome to be like in my family, like one of the first people in it, and she is. Also, she happens to date one of my best friends, so that's a plus, and she's just a really good sister. Lola, she was gone for a bit to handle things, like, I don't know, people harassing her, and I figured it wouldn't hurt for her to join my family because she's really amazing and I've known her for a very long time. So that's my family. Of course, I would let new people in if they wanted in, but I mean, no one really does. I'm not popular. But if they did, they just have to ask me or talk to one of them, and I'm sure everything would be fine. Also, the next question is, who is your best friend, and tell us about them? I definitely have a tie between best friends because I can never pick. Like, I hate when people ask me who's your best friend. But if I had to pick, it would be between Kensley, Lola, and Sam, only because they're all there for me equally and they never let me down. Even when Sam was gone for a bit, once she came back, we immediately started up our friendship again, and that's really awesome because most people can't do that. They're like, most people in roleplay are just like, I'm going to be your friend for a week and then I'm never going to talk to you again. So that's always a plus that she didn't do that. The next question is, what do you think about cyberbullying and roleplay popularity? And I have mixed feelings on roleplay popularity, but cyberbullying I think is obviously completely stupid. I've been through it so many times. I think it's probably worse to me than it is in real life because that's where I would go to get away from the actual bullying, and I've been made fun of a lot for my weight and my forehead and just a lot. And I think cyberbullying is worse because that's where people escape to and people are making it so they can't even go there. But I think if you don't know how to deal with it, you should probably just leave because no one's ever going to change just for you. And I mean, I've learned to accept it. I'm still never going to be okay with it, but what are you going to do? Like, you can't change the whole world. Roleplay popularity, I think most people only like it because they like that extra attention. But I also think it can be a good thing because some people handle it well, like Canada Woods. I never really heard anything bad about her. I just heard that all good things, that she was like a sweetheart and stuff like that. So that's always good because then people know that they can go and be friends with her. Or someone else, I can't think of an example because I don't really pay attention. But yeah, so that's always good, that it's bad. But another good thing is when you know the populars that are mean, you can avoid them. The next question is to tell us 3 facts about you not a lot of people know. The first one, I asked my best friend, and she told me, is that I'm obsessed with cats. And she got a big fuck you when I heard that. And I just said that really loud, so my mom's probably going to come in and kick my ass. The second one is I curse a lot, as you just heard. Obviously, everyone probably knows that because I use it a lot, but I don't have a lot of facts. I tell everybody everything. And the third one is that I hate Taylor Swift with a burning passion, and it's not even because of Harry Styles. Like, that, like, adds to it, but that's not all of it. And that's a lot for me. Like, if a song comes on, I will turn around and turn it off because I can't handle it. And I'll sing it, and then I'll be like, why is this on my iPod? And I will get really, genuinely mad. Like, at the like, watching the VMAs, I storm down my hallway. I just can't do it. Can't. Okay, the next question is, have you ever dated or fell in love on roleplay? In real life, who were they, and explain which is which. I'm actually going through a really bad breakup right now, and it's actually very publicized because everyone likes to put their opinions into it. But yes, I fell in love with Holden, and also in real life, so I call her Dame Maria more than I do as Holden, so if I ever say that, you know that's what I'm talking about. And we met twice, and I took her to prom. I went to her brother's wedding with her, and it was amazing, but I guess it just didn't work out. Really sucks though. I can't say that I never thought I was in love before, because I think we all do, but I was young and stupid. I actually thought I was in love with two people, and that would be, like, over time. One would be Striker Bowman, and she ended up just being better as a friend, but we're not friends right now either. And Jamie Alston, who I was completely, like, infatuated with. It's actually kind of creepy. But, yeah, the only person I can actually say I was in love with would be Holden, both in real life and roleplay, and I never fell in love with anybody else. Still in love with her, for the record. The next question is, if someone wanted to start a conversation with you, what pointers would you give them? I would just say to be yourself, because I'm very easygoing and I talk about absolutely anything and everything. And I'm actually talking to someone right now about how I still use the word homie. I probably won't call you homie though, because I only do that with my parents and this one, like right here, who is reading 50 Shades of Grey right now. Okay, I keep saying I'm sorry. The next question is, if you could say, if you could say something to an ex, what would you say? I would probably say, thank you for showing me what not to be. Because I dated a lot of pretty crappy people, and I was a pretty crappy person myself, so I can't say anything. Okay, the next question is, how about an ex-friend? Anyone who is not in your life anymore. And I would pretty much say, if I did something to hurt you, I'm sorry, because, again, I used to be a really horrible person, and that if you ever need anybody, I'd still be here for you, and I'm always willing to retry friendships that just didn't work the first time. Okay, the next question is, how has roleplay influenced your real life, and has it been in a good way or a bad way? I would say roleplay has influenced my life in a good way, because for a while there I was really shy. I didn't really like talking to people or introducing myself, and now I really just don't care, because I know that no matter what you look like or just how you say things, if you're supposed to be friends with someone, you will be, and that's just how I look at it. Okay, the next person is, next person. The next question is, tell us about one embarrassing moment you have ever had. I can never think of moments. So I asked my best friend this question again, and she reminded me of something freshman year. I have a terrible a terrible fear of public speaking. And she had this obnoxious watch that wanted to tick all the time. And I had to give this, it's called a topic report, it's pretty much the speech in front of my entire class, and it included seniors too. And I went up there, and I was giving my speech, and her watch beeped, and I looked at her, and she just started laughing, and it was so contagious that I just fell onto the podium and laughed for 10 minutes in front of my entire class, then stopped and finished my, speech. And it was about polar bears, I'm pretty sure, because I'm in a vet class. But either way, it was really embarrassing because they're all staring at me, like, what is she laughing at? And I can't stop to tell them because I'm like hyperventilating from laughing. So that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, the next question is, what kind of person were you in high school? Were you popular, lonely, or a geek? I said that I was in the middle because I wasn't popular, but pretty much everybody knew me or knew of me somehow. Like, there's a few that didn't, of course. And then I wasn't a loner. I had a good amount of friends, and I had slight geek because I am obsessed with Black Ops or Call of Duty in general, and I'm always on the computer on roleplay. So I had a bit of a geek in that. The last question is, who is your idol and why? And I'm going to make this short because I'll probably be going on for days if I don't. I'm just going to say Harry Styles because even after he got super famous, he's still funny and considerate and so many good things. And then Katy Perry because for a while there she wasn't very famous and she made her own success and she worked for it. So I like that. So I would just like to say thank you to Cuntagious Confessions for giving me the chance to do this, and I love your site, of course. I think a lot of people do. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Blow your dreams away with me. Blow your dreams, blow your